While in Fort Myers, make sure to visit Edison and Ford Winter Estates. A place to visit while in Fort Myers is the Edison and Ford Winter Estates. Here is a 17-acre botanical garden. There's also a historical museum that's fascinating for tourists of all ages. This site is on the other side of the winter homes of Thomas Edison and Henry Ford. It's also beside the Caloosahatchee River. This can offer you several scenic areas to enjoy the warm and comfortable temperatures of Florida. While here, also make sure to take advantage of several other great sightseeing attractions and places. This is one of the best spots to visit while you're on vacation. The history of Edison and Ford Winter Estates. This site dates back to 1885 when Edison visited Florida for the first time. He purchased the property to build a vacation home for himself. This home, which was completed just 2 years later, would serve as his winter retreat. It also was a place of relaxation for Edison until his death in 1931. Henry Ford then purchased the property neighboring the vacation home of Edison. This was purchased in 1916. In 1947, Edison's wife then signed the property over to the city of Fort Myers. This was in memory of her husband while also allowing the public to enjoy it. The property was then opened in 1950 for public tours. In 1990, the Ford estate was purchased and opened for public tours as well. It still remains open today, so everyone can tour and enjoy it. The gardens on the estate. Along with the museum and historical scenery, there's also a garden. The Edison Botanical Garden contains more than 1,000 varieties of plants. These plants are not just specific to Florida and the southern regions, but they are also examples of plants from around the world. One specific plant is a 400-foot banyan tree that was given by Harvey Firestone. This dates back to 1925. Originally, this was an experimental garden for industrial products. After several years, Edison's wife turned the garden more aesthetic by planting roses and orchids. A laboratory for rubber. During the years of 1914 through 1918, Edison was concerned that the cost of rubber would rise drastically. He was also aware that the cost of the production and the transportation of rubber would also go up significantly. He tried to find a crop that would grow quickly. This crop would also have to contain enough latex to help support his research. In 1928, the location was found and the predominant laboratory was utilized in the corporation. This happened to be in Fort Myers, Florida. Here, Edison did a majority of his research. He also planted many of the exotic plants and trees. If there were any samples of rubber residue or any other results, he would then send them to his large invention factory in New Jersey. So as you can see, there is a vast amount of history at this great historical site.